great pleasure in welcoming His Excellency, the Prime Minister of the Commonwealth of Australia.
Much has changed since the United Nations was established many years ago. Australia was there in the beginning, and we are here today because we continue to believe that differences can be resolved through dialogue and mutual respect, because we believe that an international rules-based order is essential for global stability, security, and prosperity. Because we know that you cannot have prosperity without peace. The world today is complex and contested. Many fatalistically see a polarized world where countries feel pushed to make binary choices. Australia will continue to resist this path. Australia will continue to seek to honestly maintain our great alliances and comprehensive partnerships in good repair, from our great and powerful friends to our smallest Pacific Island family neighbours. Approaching its 75th anniversary next year, the UN must reform and evolve to respond effectively to the challenges of the 21st century. And to fulfil its core mandate, the UN must be ever mindful of the principles and values that have always been foundational to the UN's efforts and success. Peaceful settlement of disputes in accordance with international law, respect for the sovereignty and independence of all states, open markets that facilitate the free flow of trade and capital and ideas, freedom of faith and freedom of expression, respect for human rights, and combating disadvantage, discrimination and persecution based on disability, gender, religion, sexuality, age, race or ethnicity. These are the liberal democratic values which underpin the UN at its inception. These are Australia's values. We believe they should remain the guiding principles and values for the United Nations into the future. The alternate path of lowest common denominator transactionalism and relativism is a dead end. The UN is the prime custodian of the rules-based order. It is also the custodian of mechanisms for dialogue and adjudication which buttress it. It has a challenging task ahead of it. For Australia's part, we will continue to practice what we preach. Last month, Australia ratified a maritime treaty setting out a new sea boundary with Timor-Leste. This followed the first ever conciliation initiated under the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea. This demonstrates that the UN and its norms are central to a cooperative rules-based approach to global challenges. In the Pacific, we are also stepping up. Australia is the single largest development partner for Pacific Island nations. This is an instinctive response for Australia, consistent with our clear national interests and our commitment to our Pacific family, our Vuvale, our whānau. Our goal is simple: that the Southwest Pacific is secure strategically, stable economically, sovereign politically, and sustainable environmentally. The UN's work in partnership with Australia has also helped to build a more sustainable and resilient Pacific, to support local climate change actions and resilience, to strive for gender equality through the empowerment of women and girls, to support continuing improvement in health outcomes, and to bolster regional peace, including through the Bougainville Referendum Support Project. Today, I would like to take the opportunity to speak about Australia's response to the great global environmental challenges. Firstly, how Australia is acting to protect our oceans. Australia is an island continent. Australia has the world's third largest maritime jurisdiction, stretching from the Great Southern Ocean to the vast Pacific and Indian Oceans. Over 85% of Australia's population lives within just 50 kilometres of the coast. Australia's Indigenous peoples have been linked to the land and our sea for more than 65,000 years. Our oceans connect Australia with the world.
Daratan dan laut
99%
kita
of Australia's
selama
trade by volume
lebih dari
is carried by
60.000
sea.
tahun lautan.
And by
Kita menghubungkan
2025,
Australia dengan
marine industries will
dunia
contribute
99%.
around 100 billion
Perdagangan Australia
each year
berdasarkan volume
to
di
our
bawah
economy.
laut, dan pada tahun
So our
2025 industri
prosperity and
kelautan
security
serius
rely
akan menyumbang
on the
sekitar
established laws that govern freedom of navigation, be it in Australia for
kebebasan
Moz
navigasi
or
Vietnam
closer to home.
dulu atau lebih dekat ke rumah.
Protecting our oceans
Melindungi
is also
lautan
one of the world's
kita
most
juga
pressing
merupakan salah satu
environmental
tantangan
challenges.
lingkungan paling
To protect
mendesak.
our oceans, Australia is committed to leading urgent
Untuk
action
melindungi lautan, kita
to combat
Australia
plastic pollution
berkomitmen
that is
untuk
choking
memimpin
our
tindakan
oceans,
mendesak untuk
to
memerangi
tackle
polusi plastik.
over-exploitation of our fisheries,
Australia mencekik
to prevent
lautan
ocean
kita untuk
habitat
mengatasi
destruction,
eksploitasi perikanan
and
dan
of course
peralihan
to take
untuk
action on climate change.
mencegah perusahaan habitat laut dan
Scientists
tentu saja
estimate
untuk mengambil
that in
tindakan
just 30 years'
terhadap perubahan
time, the
iklim.
weight of
Para
plastics in
ilmuwan
our oceans
memperkirakan bahwa hanya
may
dalam waktu
exceed
30
the
tahun
weight of
berat
the
plastik
fish
di lautan kita
in those
mungkin lebih
oceans.
berat ikan di
Recently, I
lautan.
announced that Australia will ban
baru-baru ini
exports
saya
of waste plastic,
mengumumkan bahwa
paper, glass,
Australia
and
akan
tyres,
melarang
and
ekspor
we
limbah
anticipate that
plastik,
starting
gelas,
in
kertas, dan
2020.
dasi. Dari
That's
kami
about
mengantisipasi
1.4
bahwa
million
mulai tahun
tonnes
2020 itu
of potent
sekitar
recyclable
1,4 juta
material.
ton bahan daur ulang
Australia
yang
is also
berpotensi.
leading on practical research
Australia juga
and
memimpin
development into
dalam
recycling,
penelitian praktis dan
turning
pengembangan
recycled
menjadi
plastic
daur
and
ulang,
glass into
mengubah
roads,
plastik daur ulang
manufacturing 100%
ke jalan,
recycled
memproduksi
PET bottles
100%
and
botol
capturing methane and waste
ulang
to create energy.
dan menangkap
New
makanan
technologies
dan
are coming
untuk
online with the
menciptakan
potential to
energi
recycle used
teknologi baru
plastics
datang
into valuable new
dengan
plastics,
potensi untuk mendaur
creating
ulang
a
plastik
circular
bekas
plastics
menjadi plastik
economy.
baru yang
These include innovations like
berharga,
bioplastics,
menciptakan ekonomi plastik
compostable plastic
melingkar ini
replacements, and
termasuk
technologies
bioplastik,
like the catalytic
pengganti plastik kompos
hydrothermal
dan teknologi
reactor,
seperti reaktor
an innovative Australian design
katolik.
technology
Teknologi
that converts
desain
end-of-life
Australia
plastics
yang
into
inovatif dan
waxes,
mengubah
diesel, and new
plastik yang sudah
plastics.
habis masa pakai
These
menjadi
innovations
lilin.
show us
Diesel
a
dan
truly
plastik
circular
baru. Inovasi
economy
ini
is not
menunjukkan
only
kepada kita
possible,
bahwa ekonomi sirkular
but is achievable,
sesungguhnya tidak hanya
and is
untuk
of course
tetap
essential.
hanya mungkin tetapi
And as
juga
Australians, we
dapat
intend to do
dicapai
more.
dan tentu saja
Australians will
penting. Dan
invest
seperti yang ingin kamu
167
lakukan
million through our
sebagai
government
warga Australia,
in an
lebih banyak
Australian
orang
recycling
Australia
investment
akan
plan.
menginvestasikan
Our focus is to create the right
167
investment
juta melalui
environment so that the
pemerintahan
new
kami
technologies
dalam
are
rencana
commercialised,
investasi daur
preventing
ulang
pollution
Australia.
entering our
Fokus kami
oceans and
adalah
creating
menciptakan lingkungan
valuable new
investasi yang tetap
products.
tepat sehingga teknologi
Australia
baru
supports the high-level panel for a
dikomersialkan
sustainable
mencegah
ocean economy,
polusi memasuki lautan
and we are working
kita
through the International
dan menciptakan
Maritime
produk baru
Organization
yang
to
berharga.
address the way
Australia
shipping
mendukung
contributes to plastics pollution
panel tingkat
in
tinggi
our
untuk
oceans.
ekonomi laut yang
Australia
berkelanjutan.
supports the G20 work on marine plastic debris and the
Dan kami
Osaka
bekerja sama
Blue
organisasi
Ocean
maritim
Vision
internasional.
championed
Australia
by
mendukung
Prime Minister
perkiraan
Abbott.
G20 pada sampah
We
plastik
welcome the
laut
contributions
dan
and
Samudra
leadership
Biru
from
ASKK
business
yang
and the private
diperjuangkan oleh
sector
Perdana
to
Menteri
address
Abe.
these challenges,
Kami menyambut
including
kontribusi dan
Australia's
kemimpinan
own
dari
Minderoo
bisnis,
Foundation. Industry-led mechanisms
termasuk mekanisme Australia
for investing in new recycling
sendiri
technologies
yang berliku-liku
and mitigating
di
plastic
sekitar
waste
laut
and
dan
rivers,
oleh
beaches and
pemberian
oceans on a
prestasi
global
dalam
scale
teknologi daur ulang
is absolutely essential
dan
to the way
mengurangi
forward.
limbah plastik dan sungai,
We must
pantai,
also
dan
act,
lautan dalam
though, to
skala global
safeguard
penting.
the sustainability of our fisheries. This means cracking down on illegal fishing. There are too many nations standing by while their nationals are thieving the livelihoods of their neighbours. Australia is acting not only in our own interests, but helping our Pacific Island family to reduce illegal fishing, which depletes the fish stocks of Pacific Islanders who rely on that for their jobs, for revenue, and their food security. We have also worked together with Indonesia, and I congratulate President Widodo. We are co-committed to an action plan to combat illegal fishing in Southeast Asia. And we thank Indonesia for their regional leadership. And we are working with regional organisations to improve fisheries governance. As well, we provide toll boats to 13 countries, supported by area surveillance through our Pacific Maritime Security Program with Pacific Island nations, to help them police illegal fishing in their own waters. We are leading efforts to preserve natural habitats and biodiversity, including through partnerships with other countries to protect migratory birds and their habitats. And we have worked hard to prevent commercial whaling and to end whaling in the Southern Ocean. Australia set up the International Partnership for Blue Carbon in 2015 with the aim of protecting and conserving mangroves, tidal marshes and seagrasses for climate change mitigation
Asal
and
membentuk
adaptation.
kemitraan internasional untuk
And our
karbon
Great
biru di
Barrier Reef
perburuan paus
remains one of the
Samudra
world's most pristine
Selatan Australia
areas
membentuk
of
kemitraan
natural beauty.
internasional untuk karbon
Feel
biru
free
di
to visit.
2015.
Our reef is
Dengan tujuan
vibrant
untuk melindungi
and
dan
resilient
melayani
and protected under the
rawa
world's
pasang,
most
surut
comprehensive
dan
reef
rumput laut
management
untuk
plan.
mitigasi dan
The
adaptasi
UNESCO
perubahan
World
iklim
Heritage
dan
Committee
Great
has found that
Barrier Reef.
Australia's management
Kami tetap
of our
menjaga
reef
di salah
is
satu
highly
area keindahan alam
sophisticated
yang paling murni.
and considered by many as the gold standard for
Dunia
large-scale
Komite Warisan Dunia
marine
UNESCO telah
protected
menemukan
areas.
bahwa pengelolaan terumbu karang
Australia's
di
2
kita di
billion Reef
Australia sangat
2050
canggih
long-term
dan dianggap
sustainability
oleh
plan
banyak orang
is
sebagai
based on
standar
the
emas
best
untuk
available
kawasan
science, draws
lindung
on
laut skala
40
besar.
years of
Rencana
analysis
keberlanjutan
and
jangka panjang
experience
2 miliar terumbu karang Australia
underpinned
tahun
by the
2050
management of the Great Barrier
didasarkan
Reef
pada
Marine
ilmu
Park
pengetahuan
Authority.
terbaik yang tersedia mengacu pada
Australia's continued
analisis
support for
pengalaman
reef, coral
selama
and water
40 tahun
quality
yang
science
didukung
will
oleh
ensure that our
pengelolaan
Great Barrier
otoritas
Reef remains one of the best managed World Heritage sites
Australia
in
untuk
the
terumbu
world.
karang dan ilmu
Now,
kualitas air
Australia
akan
is
memastikan
also taking
bahwa
real
Great Barrier
action
Reef kami
on climate
tetap
change,
menjadi salah satu
and we're
warisan
getting
dunia
results.
yang dikelola dengan baik.
We are
Di situs
successfully
dunia.
balancing
Sekarang Australia
our global
juga melakukan
responsibilities
tindakan nyata
with
terhadap
sensible and
perubahan
practical
iklim dan
policies
kita
to
mendapatkan
secure
hasil
our
kita
environmental
berhasil
and
menyeimbangkan
our
tanggung
economic
jawab
future.
global
Australia's internal, though,
dengan
and
kebijakan
global critics
yang masuk
on
akal
climate
dan
change
praktis
willingly overlook
untuk mengamankan lingkungan di
or
masa
perhaps
depan
ignore our
ekonomi.
achievements, as the facts
Australia
simply don't
mengkritik
fit the narrative they wish to project
global
about our
tentang perubahan
contribution.
iklim rela mengabaikan
Australia is
atau mungkin
responsible for
mengabaikan
just
pencapaian kita
1.3%
sebagai
of global
fakta
emissions.
tidak sesuai dengan narasi
Australia
yang
is
ingin
doing our bit on
mereproyeksikan
climate
tentang
change,
kontribusi.
and we reject
Kami
any
Australia
suggestion to the
hanya
contrary.
bertanggung jawab atas
By
1,3%
2020,
emisi
Australia
global.
will have
Australia
overachieved on our
melakukan bagian
Kyoto
kami
commitments,
dalam perubahan
reducing
iklim
our
dan
greenhouse
kami
gas
menolak saran
emissions
apapun yang
by
sebaliknya. Pada tahun
367
2020,
million
Australia
tonnes
akan mencapai lebih
more
daripada kami
than
komitmen
required to
Kyoto
meet our
mengurangi emisi
2020
gas rumah
Kyoto
kaca.
target.
Kami
Now,
sebesar
there are a few members,
367 juta ton
whether at this forum or
lebih
the OECD,
dari yang dibutuhkan
who can
untuk
make this
memenuhi
claim.
target Kyoto
Our latest
2020.
estimates show that
Kami
both
sekarang
emissions per
ada
person
beberapa
and
anggota
emissions
baik di
intensity
forum
of
ini
our
atau
economy are at their
OECD
lowest level
yang
in
dapat membuat
29
klaim
years.
ini. Perkiraan
In
terbaru kami menunjukkan
2012,
bahwa
it was
emisi per
estimated
orang
Australia
dan
would release
intensitas
some
emisi ekonomi
693
kita
million
berada
tonnes
pada level
of
terendah
emissions in
dalam
2020.
29 tahun. Dalam
As of 2018,
2012,
this estimate
perkiraan
has fallen
Australia akan
to
melepaskan sekitar
540 million
693 juta ton emisi
Australia's
pada
electricity
tahun
sector is producing
2020.
less emissions.
Pada
In the
tahun
year to March
2018, perkiraan ini
2019,
telah turun
emissions from
menjadi
Australia's
540 juta ton.
electricity sector
Sektor
were 15.7%
kelistrikan
lower
Australia
than
menghasilkan
the
lebih
peak
sedikit
recorded
emisi pada
in the year to
tahun
June
tersebut hingga Maret
2009.
2019. Emisi
And
dari
while
sektor
we are a
kelistrikan Australia
resource-rich country,
15,7%
it is important to note
lebih rendah
that
dari
Australia
puncak yang
only
tercatat
accounts
pada
for
tahun
around
hingga Juli
5.5% of the world's
Dan
coal
sementara
production.
kami adalah negara
So
yang kaya
having
sumber
met,
daya. Penting
and we
untuk
will
dicatat
exceed
bahwa
our
Australia hanya
Kyoto
menyumbang
targets,
sekitar 5,5%
Australia will
dari
also meet
produksi
our
batu
Paris
bara
commitments
dunia.
as well, and we
Sehingga
stand by them.
setelah memenuhi
We are committed
dan kami
to
akan
reducing
melampaui
greenhouse
target.
gas emissions by 26 to
Australia
28%
dia akan
below
memenuhi komitmen
2005
Paris.
levels by
Kami
2030.
akan mendukung.
This is a
Kami
credible,
telah berkomitmen
fair,
untuk mengurangi emisi gas
responsible,
rumah kaca
and
sebesar
achievable
26
contribution
hingga
to global climate
28%
change
di bawah
action.
tingkat 2005.
It represents
Pada
a
2020,
halving
ini adalah
of
kontribusi
our
yang
emissions per
kredibel,
person in
bertanggung jawab
Australia,
dan dapat
or a
dicapai untuk
two-thirds
tindakan
reduction
perubahan
in
iklim
emissions
global
per
yang
unit
mewakili separuh
of gross
emisi kami.
domestic product. At the centre of our domestic efforts is a $3.5 billion climate solutions plan that I successfully, as Prime Minister, took to our recent national election, supporting practical projects like capturing methane from waste, revegetation of degraded land and soil carbon. Through our climate solutions plan, we are supporting the transition to renewable energy with projects such as Snowy 2.0, the largest pumped hydro station project in the Southern Hemisphere. And we are investing significantly in research and development to use the best science and business expertise to commercialise new renewable technologies and integrate renewables into our electricity grid. Australia now has the highest per capita investment in clean energy technologies of anywhere in the world, and 1 in 5 Australian households has rooftop solar systems. In 2018, $13.2 billion was invested in clean energy technologies in Australia. This builds on the estimated $10 billion invested in 2017. And we're also doing the right thing by our neighbours. We recently committed to invest a further 500 million Australian dollars over the next 5 years from 2020 for renewable energy, climate change and resilience in the Pacific. We have decided to invest this directly from within our International Overseas Development Program, rather through making an additional budget contribution to the Global Green Climate Fund. This enables us to target our support directly to Pacific Island nations, ensuring they receive this support directly in a more timely and a more targeted fashion. At the same time, it provides greater transparency, fairness and accountability for Australian taxpayers who rightly demand attention and support from their government to address the significant challenges at home, in particularly boosting drought resilience through our investment in our national water grid infrastructure. Australia is also committed with other countries to the Montreal Protocol, an agreement that will help protect the world from ozone depletion and will combat climate change. Under the Montreal Protocol, Australia will further accelerate its efforts and will use 60% less HCFCs than permitted. I can proudly inform you that Australia is on track to fulfil these commitments and urge all other countries to do likewise. All of this adds up to significant and comprehensive action by Australia in response to the world's greatest environmental challenges. Australia is under no illusions about the challenges the global community confronts in the years ahead. And today I want to assure all members that Australia is carrying its own weight and more, just as we always have. We're a generous nation, playing our part in securing our shared future, reforming the rules of global governance, setting common standards to ensure global connectivity in a digital future, preventing conflict, building the capacity of developing nations, supporting essential health projects, protecting our oceans, and taking action on climate change and getting results. Like many leaders here, I get many letters from children in Australia concerned about their future. I take them very seriously and I deeply respect their concerns. And indeed, I welcome their passion, especially when it comes to our environment. My impulse is always to seek to respond positively and to encourage them, to provide context, perspective, and particularly to generate hope, to focus their minds and direct their energies to practical solutions, things they can do, positive behaviour that will deliver enduring results for them, to encourage them to learn more about science, technology, engineering and maths, because it will be through research, innovation and enterprise that the practical work of successfully managing our very real environmental challenges is achieved. We must respect and harness the passion and aspiration of our younger generations, and we must guard against others who would seek to compound or worse, facelessly exploit their anxiety for other agendas. We must similarly not allow their concerns to be dismissed or diminished, as this can also needlessly increase their anxiety. What parent would do otherwise? Our children have a right not just to their future, but to their optimism. Above all, we must let our children be children. Let our kids be kids. Let our teenagers be teenagers. While we do the work positively together to deliver the practical solutions for them and their future. I'm confident, once again, as Australia stands here again, that together we have the wit and the capacity and the will to surmount the challenges that will come our way. Just as those who have come before us in this place have done, consistent with the values that have made that possible. I thank you very much for your attention.
Mungkin sekian dari saya dan terima kasih.